It was 1:25 a.m. I was taking the last city bus home from work. I was the only one on board until a man in a black hoodie got on and sat directly behind me. Even though the whole bus was empty, he did not say a word. I could hear his breathing, slow deep, something about it felt wrong. I turned to glance at him. His head was tilted too far down, like it was disconnected. I looked away quickly. The driver called out, "Next stop, last one for the night." I stood up. The man behind me whispered, "Don't get off. He is not the driver." I froze when I looked up at the driver in the mirror. He was staring directly at me, but his eyes were completely black. I ran off the bus at the stop. The doors closed and the bus drove into the darkness. Next day, I saw on the news a bus with no driver crashed near the woods at 1:40 a.m. They never found anybody's. I used to live on the second floor of a quiet apartment building. No one lived above me. That until had been empty for years. But some nights, around 3 a.m., I'd hear footsteps passing above, not casual steps, heavy dragging footsteps. No, one night I finally called the landlord. He confirmed it again. No one's rented that until in 5 years. I thought I was losing it, but then one night I heard furniture move there. Scratches, bangs. The next morning I went up to check. The door was sealed with a wooden plank, nailed shut from the outside. I asked the old lady across the hall. She looked uncomfortable and just said, "Don't go up there, dear." 2 nights later, I woke up to find dirt on my bedroom floor. It trailed from the window to the hallway. My window was open, and I never leave it open. I moved out 2 days later. A month after I left, I got curious and checked the address online. That top apartment, someone had died there in 1994. A man who dragged his broken leg across the floor and never left the room. When I was 10, we moved into an old farmhouse. My room had walk-in closet that never felt right. My parents brushed it off. At night, I did hear whispers from inside the closet, low, almost like someone humming a tune backwards. I once left my recorder on overnight. In the morning, I played it back. There was a soft voice that said, "Don't look behind the coats." I did. Behind the row of jackets, scratched into the wall, was a child's handprint and the name Elliot carved in crayon. We did not know anyone named Elliot. Weeks later, my little sister started talking to an imaginary friend named Elliot. One night she said, "Elliot wants me to come in the closet." That night, my parents nailed it shut. Years later, after we moved out, I met the new owners. They said their son talks to a boy named Elliot too. I was helping clean my grandparents' house after they passed. In the basement, I noticed a small door behind a safe, barely big enough for a person. I opened it and found a narrow crawl space, just dirt walls and a path leading into darkness. Curiosity got the better for me. I crawled in. About 15 feet in, I found a mattress, old toys, and a radio. Someone had been living there recently. Then I saw something scrawled on the dirt wall in chalk. If you are reading this, I'm watching you. I turned around and crawled out as fast as I could. When I got out, the crawl space door was closed. I had not closed it. I was staying at friend's house after a party. They put me in the guest room. It had a massive antique mirror across from the bed. At 3 a.m., I woke up thirsty. I sat up and froze. In the mirror, I saw a tall, black figure standing behind me. I whispered around. No one was there. I started at the mirror again. Now the figure was closer. I covered the mirror with a bedsheet and tried to sleep. When I woke up, the mirror was uncovered again, and the seat was in the hallway. I asked my friend, but it in the morning she went pale and said, You saw it too." Apparently, her cousin had seen the same figure a year ago. He does not speak anymore.